Welcome back to another virtual class of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology. You are watching our YouTube channel UN College Digital Classes. I am Amita Patra, Head of the Department, Master of Commerce, Finance and Control. So we are in the mid of the discussion of the functions of the commercial banks, and we had already discussed about the primary functions of the commercial banks. Today we will be discussing the other functions of the commercial bank that we are categorized under the secondary functions. So without making much delay, let's dive into the content of today's discussion. So apart from the three major functions, commercial banks also perform other functions that are the secondary functions. So these services can be broadly classified into agency services and the general utility services. So we have already discussed that the commercial banks are primarily or generally doing some basic functions that we have categorized under the primary functions of the commercial banks that in general the banks are doing, and in that we have considered or we have taken the accepting of deposits, the lending of money and the credit creation. So these three are the major primaries that the commercial bank is doing. Apart from these primary functions, the commercial bank is doing various other functions that we are categorizing under these secondary functions. And these secondary functions are categorized or segregated into two broad categories. One is the agency function and the other is the general utility functions. So according to the service that the commercial bank is rendering to its customer, we have categorized these services into these two broad categories. So let's discuss in detail that what the commercial bank is doing under these two categories that are the agency function and the general utility function. So first let's discuss about the agency functions. So the banks act as agents of customers and provide certain services, and the agency services could be of various functions or various roles that the commercial bank is dealing, and that are as follows: that it is transferring fund, paying expenses, collection and payment of checks, acting as executors, trustees and attorneys, conduct share market transactions, preparation of income tax return, dealing in foreign exchange and acting as correspondent. So broadly, if we will say that a commercial bank is acting as an agent or acting as, we can say, as a representative of the customer and is doing various functions, or we can say carrying out various functions that the customer is going to do, or on the behalf of the customer or as an agent of the customer, the commercial bank is doing various functions. It is transferring fund, it is collecting check, it is paying expenses like we can say the telephone bills, the electric bills, the insurance premiums, like that, various payments or expenses the commercial bank is paying. It is acting as an executor, and these various functions that are there that the commercial bank is doing as an agent of the customers. So let's have a quick look on these functions of the commercial bank as the agent of the customer in detail. So first we will discuss the transfer of funds. So banks issue demand drafts, bankers check, travelers checks, etc., and help in transfer of funds from one place to another. And customers need not carry cash, they can just forward the draft issued by the bank to the receiving institution, and a small commission is collected by banks for this service. So if we will consider the transfer of fund function of the commercial bank, so what it is doing, it is giving the customer the facility of carrying the document or the facility of carrying the draft that the bank is issuing, and by that the customer is having a secure form of document, and there is no need of carrying the cash to the one to whom we are going to transfer the fund. So for example, we can say all of you must be doing demand drafts or DDs at various times, maybe for the filling of your form or maybe paying of your fees. There are various situations in which we are required to do the demand draft or we have to deposit the demand draft. So by that, what we are doing, we are preparing a demand draft, or what we are doing, that we are instructing our bank to prepare a draft or transferring the draft in the name of the payee to whom we are going to pay that particular amount. And for this service, the bank is charging a minimal commission, a certain amount the bank is charging from the customer for rendering this service, that is the transfer of fund. Next is paying expenses. So the commercial banks pay the payments of various obligations of customers such as telephone bills, insurance premium, schools fees and rents. And after instruction from the customers, banks undergo the monthly payment of insurance premium, rent, telephone bill, etc. from the accounts of customers. So if you will say that as an agent or as a representative of the customer, the bank is paying the monthly payments if it is instructed by the customer. Suppose for example, you need to pay the school bill or a particular bill which or we can say the insurance premium which has a fixed time in which we are deducting a particular amount. So we need not to remind ourselves every time and physically go to bank and do it. So if we are giving the authority or if you are directing the bank to deduct that particular amount of money from our account, the bank is also acting as an agent for us or representative for us and deducting that particular amount from our account. Or that is what a important function of the bank as an agent of the customer. And similar to credit vouchers, a debit voucher is sent to customers for information when expenses are paid by the bank. And nowadays these payments are made through electronic clearing system facility offered by the bank. So as we know that nowadays there is a huge, or we can say there is a revolutionary use of the digital system, and most of us are using the digital media to make various payments, but these all payments are been withdrawn or these all payments are been made from our account only, from our bank account only. So this is what nowadays is going on, and we are doing it through the electronic clearing system facility that the bank is offering to us. Next is collection and payment of checks. So on behalf of customers, bank collect the checks deposited in the accounts of customers from other banks and deposit cash in customers' account. So if you will see that suppose we need or we are going to get some money from someone and he is giving us a check or he is issuing us a check. So it not necessarily that particular check is of the same bank. So when we are giving the check for clearing or we are dropping the check in our bank, so the bank is acting as an agent for us and getting the money of that particular amount, the check of which we are issued with, from the bank of which the check has been issued. So in that way the bank is collecting money for us of the check amount that is been deposited in our name. So similarly, checks issued by a customer is honored and the amount paid as directed by the customer. Similarly, other thing can also happen then when we need to pay someone some amount and we are issuing a check and he is depositing the check with his bank, our bank is also clearing that amount on our behalf and deducting that amount from our behalf, or we are saying that he is honoring our check. So, this could be a agency function. Next, the bank acts as executor, trustee and attorney. So, what is this function? Let us see. Banks act as executor of will of customers and implement their will after their death. And as a trustee, a bank takes care of the funds of the customers, and banker signs transfer deed of the properties of the customer in the capacity of attorney to the customers. So, a bank is also acting as a trustee or a attorney or an executor, we are saying. So, after the death of a particular customer, it is act as the executor of executing his will of his properties, and it is also rendering the service of being an attorney and assign the transfer deed of the funds. Also, it is acting as an trustee and safeguarding the properties of the customer. So, this is how a bank is acting as an agent to the customer and taking care of his properties and funds. Next, we will see that the function of conducting the share market transactions. So, a demand account should be opened with depository participant, and that demand account should be linked with a savings bank account by the customer. And then the customer can ask the bank to conduct online purchase or sale of securities on behalf of him. So, if we are doing any security transactions or we are in the share trading, then we know that we must be having or we should have a demat account, or what we are saying that dematerialization account. But along with the demat account, we need to link that demat account with our savings account, on which we are going to realize the money that we are incurring from the selling of our securities, or we are also paying the money for the buying of the securities from that saving accounts on our permission. So, on our direction or permission, the bank is giving the online facility of purchasing and buying of shares. So, the share trading and purchasing transactions, or we can say or we can say that the transactions that are been made during the purchase and sale of shares is also been done by the account that we are having with the bank. Next is preparation of income tax return. So, if we are paying income tax, then bank is also assisting us in the preparation of income tax return, and the bank is preparing the annual income tax return on behalf of the customer. It also provides income tax related advices to the customer. So, if we need any advice or the customer is requiring any advice, then the bank is also rendering the service of giving the advice to its customer. Apart from that, the bank is also having the function of dealing in foreign exchange. So, the commercial banks help in providing foreign exchange to businessmen dealing in exports and imports, and the banks buy and sell foreign currencies on behalf of customers. However, commercial banks need to take the permission of the central bank for dealing in this foreign exchange. So, when we are talking of foreign exchange, or we are dealing with some import and export of goods, and we need to deal with foreign currencies or forex, at that time also the commercial bank is rendering the facility or giving the facility, or we can say did the function of this foreign exchange and doing this foreign currency exchanges on behalf of the customer, but it is doing all these foreign exchange dealings with the prior permission of the central bank. And lastly, the bank is rendering or doing the function of agency or an agent function, what we are saying, by acting as an correspondent. So, banks act as correspondent of customers and receive travel ticket, passport, etc. So, bank is also rendering the service of correspondent, or we can say that act as an correspondent for the customer. So, this is all. So, this is all what is there to be discussed, or we can say that these are all the functions that the commercial bank is playing as an agent to his customer, and that is why we are categorizing all these functions under the agency function of the commercial bank. Apart from this agency function, there are also many other functions which is of general use, or we can say of general or personal utility, and those functions we are categorizing under the general utility function. So, let us discuss that what these general utility functions are. So, commercial banks offer some services for the general welfare of the customers. They are called the general utility for services or functions, and this includes issue of demand drafts and banker checks, accepting bills of exchange on behalf of customers, safety lockers, letters of credit, travelers check, gift checks, and reference services. So, these are the various general welfare functions or general utility functions that the commercial bank is rendering for its customers. So, let us start with the issue of demand drafts and bankers check. So, demand draft and bankers checks are issued to public and customers as well, and instead of sending money, they can attach these instruments for payment of educational fees or some other fees. So, what the demand draft is, what we have already told that by making a demand draft or a traveler's check, or by making this type of documents, we are transferring fund, or the commercial bank is transferring fund from one to another or one place to another, and the preparation of this demand draft for its customer or the banker's check for its customer is an general utility function. The commercial bank is preparing this demand draft for its customer and for also the public, but nowadays it is very much linked with the bank account, and the one who is having account, that means the customer of the bank is getting the facility of availing this demand draft. So, bank is preparing this demand draft by which there is no need of carrying money. We can have this demand draft and that instrument can be attached where it is required. Next is letter of credit or LC, famously what we say, and this document is given by bank on behalf of importing customer to the exporter, guaranteeing payment for the imported goods, and it is a very important document in international trade. So, if we are into international trade or we are doing international business, so this LC is of high utility. So, while we are doing imports and exports, or basically if we are doing the imports, then the party from which we are importing the goods, or the country from where we are importing, these countries are getting assurance of our credibility, assurance of or they can trust of us, if we will say, on the authentication of the letter of credit or on the authentication of the banks that we are a customer of, or we can say in other words that the bank is giving the guarantee, the bank is giving the assurance that we are credit worthy, and it is giving a letter of credit to the party that we are reliable. So, this is what of high use for the customer or the one who is basically doing import or export or who is having international business and trade. Next is traveler's check. So the customers need not carry cash during travel in India or abroad, and the denomination and words are printed in the check, and it is accepted as money in shops, hotels, travel agencies, etc. While the customer of a bank is going abroad or is traveling, while traveling there is a high chance of being theft or missing, or many other accidental events could happen to the person or the customer who is traveling. So the bank is issuing traveler's check, which is more or less looks like the currency notes of the denomination. So of the denominations that the bank is issuing traveler's checks, of that denominations the printed checks are there, and these checks are used as good as money in the countries or the place to where you are traveling, and that can be used in hotel, shops, and travel agencies. Anywhere you are going, you can use that as that money, and there is no chance of theft or misuse of that, as you are the authenticated person to use that, and apart from you no one else can use that. That is what a very useful function that the commercial bank is doing, and giving that facility to its customer by issuing traveler's check and ensuring the safe travel of its customers. The bank is accepting bills of exchange on behalf of the customers. So the banks accept bills on behalf of customers and make payments to the foreign exporter. Afterward, the banks collect from the customer the amount that it has paid. And also it is providing safety lockers. So the valuable documents, jewels, etc. can be kept safely in a vault provided by bank for a rent. So this vault room is called the strong room. So this is what other functions, so these are what the other functions we can say, that the bank is accepting the bills of exchange for the customer, and if the customer has issued some bills to someone, the bank is accepting the bills and deducting the amount from the customer's account. So that is what one function is. Apart from that, the bank is providing safety lockers. So if we have valuable goods or valuable documents or jewels, we can say, that we are keeping with us, then there is a high chance of damage or theft or many other insecurities are there with those valuable documents. The bank is giving the customer the facility of safely or to secure those documents or valuables with it by rendering the facility of the locker. So in the locker, the customer can keep its valuable documents and other valuable goods if they are having, and these valuables are stored with the bank in the strong room that we are saying, and for that the bank is charging some rent, we can say, to keep those valuables in the safe custody. Next is the gift check. So these denomination printed checks are available in attractive design so that it can be represented during wedding, birthday functions, etc., or avoiding someone, if we can say. So this is what the gift check. So by gift, what we mean, when we are going to give our wishes to someone, or we are presenting someone something, or we can say that we are gifting someone something. So many a time what happens, instead of gifting some goods, we are gifting them money or cash. The bank can design or print a denomination check of that gifted amount, of which we can gift that to someone to whom we want to give that gift to, and this is also a general utility function of the commercial bank. It also has reference services, that is, the business firms can give their bank's name as reference to the new business institution with which they want to establish commercial relationship. So banks willingly act as referees and provide information about the financial standing of their customers. So the bank is also referring its customers. So if you are a credit worthy person, or if you are a credit worthy customer, loyal customer, then the bank is referring you or referring your financial position or financial standing with the one with whom you want to refer your position. So most of the time the businessmen are seeking this service, or the bank is functioning for this service or rendering this service for the businessman to prove their credit worthiness or prove their financial stand to the new financial institutions to which they are going to introduce themselves. So these are the various functions, as we have discussed, the bank is rendering as an agent to its customer, and the various utility functions that the bank is rendering for the general welfare of its customer. So these are all the secondary functions that the commercial bank is rendering or doing for its customers. So by this we have end with the functions of the commercial banks, and we have discussed thoroughly that what are the functions of the commercial bank, and we have discussed that the bank has been rendering financial functions and secondary functions, and vividly we have discussed that what the commercial bank is doing basically or in its primary functions, and what are the secondary functions of the commercial banks. So for today's this is all. Thank you.